Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the greatest podcast on earth. We're back at LeVar Walker Show Daily Podcast. And yes, man, I just wanted to start the show off and just send my condolences and send deep prayers to Reverend Jackson and his family. Reverend Jesse Jackson passed yesterday, for those of you who don't know. I believe he was 84 years of age. And Reverend Jackson was very integral to the movement, very involved with Dr. King after Dr. King passed. Had Operation Push, Operation Hope programs, and was one of the first black men, not one of the first black people, because that would be Shirley Chisholm, to actually run for president. Uh, Kind of somewhat paving the way for Barack Obama to win the presidency. So my condolences go out to him. And, these last couple of years, we seem to be losing so many giants in the black community, from, some civil rights heroes to some of our biggest musicians. Just so many people, man, just so many people. And even with me, throughout childhood, those giants in my life that were the teachers and professors, they're all fading out to glory. And it gives you a perspective, just on life. You kind of see people begin to phase out. Cause like I'll be 49 this year, so I just rounded off. I'm 50. And I see those giants that I looked up to, and those people begin to phase out. And it kind of puts my life in perspective, or just life in general in perspective, because we're just here for such a short period of time. And that's why it's just so important. It's so important for you to just live life, do what it is you want to do, stand for something, because life is relatively short and it's very, very precious. And to be a living, breathing human, just to be that, the odds of you even being a living, breathing human being are virtually impossible. It's like there's like a 4,000,000,001 chance that you're even born a human being. So, that just goes back to the importance of life, and how just important it is to just live, man. Just live, have faith, be prayerful, do right by people, and it's nothing much to worry about. And I know we all go through our problems. I know, stress comes, but when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, will your great, great, great grandchildren really care that you had trouble paying a Visa bill one month, or you had trouble getting a car or some shit, or like if you had a low credit, like, will they really care? Nobody's gonna care. So that's just in the perspective, and I don't want to get too deep and down. And before I get any further in this too, still got to let you guys know I'm being in Indianapolis, Indiana, this weekend, February 20th to the 22nd, at the Helium Comedy Club upstairs room. That's the little room that I'll be in. Doesn't hold a whole lot of people. It's looking like we're looking like we're about to sell out for the whole weekend, which is a great, great thing. So there's still a few tickets left. You can go to LeVarWalker.me and scoop up whatever's remaining, but it's looking like will be a guaranteed sellout. I'm gonna get into a couple of things this morning. I know we started off a little bit sad, but now it's time to, pep this thing back up a little bit. I saw something that was quite interesting to me, and I'm gonna drop probably a second video on my Instagram and Facebook page is another Call Me video. If y'all follow me and see those videos, that's what I put out daily, and that's what's most consistent. But something really, really caught me that I want to share with you guys. Let me pull up my screen here. Make sure oh Lord, oh gosh, I don't want to get in trouble. Let me put up my screen, and also let me change the sound on here. Okay. Gonna go to chat. Okay. Something, and I know y'all like, come on, I know somebody said, come on, man, get to it. But something was very, very alarming to me and very, very disturbing. And this was this.
Stand there all day like a bunch of salt.
This was this cartoon that I saw, which was disturbing to me. And I'm still going to drop it. I already did another video for this, but since y'all up here with me, I'm going to show y'all this. Okay, this is a cartoon, and the name of this cartoon, which is on the Disney Channel. This is a Disney Channel cartoon, and this is a black superhero, and he goes by the name of Do-Rag Man. This is a black superhero. It's Black History Month. We in 2026, and they have a character for blacks, for the black people. And this is Do-Rag Man. Do-Rag Man is a superhero. Let's take a look. Oh, sorry. There we go.
You just gonna stand there all day like a bunch of soggy laundry? Help a brother out. A little flipping. Fold all the laundry tight. You gotta dip in. Then put these out of sight. When you're training to defeat the clutter, you need to whip it right. Let me introduce myself.
Captain Do-Rag, bringing superhero funk.
Do-Rag. It's 2026. It's a Disney cartoon character named Do-Rag Man during Black History Month. And the worst part, the most egregious part of this was written by a black person. I'm going to say that again. The most egregious part was written and sold by a black person. So, can you really blame Disney? Or do you blame the black person that would come up with such a stereotypical character? And I looked at this appalled. I mean, it's literally 2026. We got more black billionaires, millionaires, scientists, doctors, lawyers, everything. And Do-Rag Man. Do-Rag Man. Do-Rag Man. And we wonder why. I know a lot of people want to cry about opportunities in Hollywood and shit like that, but how do you, as a black person, do some blackface shit? And I know, you know what I mean, like being a comedian and somewhat in the industry, I'm sure, they might see this or the writer might know. I don't give a fuck, but this is atrocious. There's so many different types of cartoon characters we can do besides Do-Rag Man. It's like, why not Loose Cigarette Man? Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why not Baby Daddy Man? Super Baby Daddy Man. And for whatever reason, this person said that they were trying to write for culture. A do-rag is not black culture to me. A do-rag is subculture. It's like a big difference. So I don't know, like, where are we going right now? And this person who wrote this seems to be shocked that most black people are in an uproar. And I believe that the person that wrote this black person, 9 times out of 10, did not grow up in the inner city. 9 times out of 10, they grew up probably in the suburbs, you know what I mean? And they looked at these caricatures of themselves, and that type of caricature got the most attention or love, and they become that. Because a lot of people, and listen, I grew up in the inner city, south side of Chicago, and I don't, that's just where I grew up. I'm not trying to say growing up in a fucked up environment, I should be wearing a badge of honor. But realistically, a person from the suburb, a nigga from the suburbs is gonna come up with some shit like this. Yeah, I'm just keeping it a bean. And a lot of people have an issue with my views a lot of times. A lot of other black people have an issue with my views. And they have this issue because I grew up in that shit. Right? So I know the mentality. And most of the niggas that have an opinion of me are like, you don't like black people. No. You didn't grow up in that shit. That is what I find 9 times out of 10. They did not grow up in the inner city. Most of them, some suburban wannabe cool ass niggas, and it's pathetic. So to this cartoon, I say, shame on you for do-rag, man. You should be ashamed of yourself. I hope you see this. I hope it hurts your feelings. Because I don't give a fuck. I must speak truth. That's the whole purpose of me doing this shit every day and buying my own shit and paying for this, because I don't ever want to be, held hostage by the money or hostage by the industry and not be able to speak my truth. And that's why I come on here and do what I do. You know what I'm saying? This is in verse. To me, for a black person to make this type of cartoon, I would consider it like, would I call it like inverse racism? I would call it a thing of like, this happens to a lot of black people. It's something that happens. And I want y'all to comment on this if this has happened to you. Have you ever been to like a store or something, or like a hotel, a store, like in a customer service setting, and there's a black person working there, and the black person goes to treat, now this comes from conditioning and slavery and all that, I understand, but the black person will treat the white person better than they will treat you. The service shifts. That is what this is representative of to me. So we can't afford to play into these stereotypes and put this type of imagery out to our children. And I'm guessing Do-Rag Man must have a girlfriend or somebody. Who will she be? Will she be Bonnet Benicia? And they're not married and have children with multiple other people, such as Loose Cigarette Man and Terry at the car wash. Is this like what we plan to? That's subculture, man. We gotta break it. And I'm not saying like, I'm not even sitting here trying to talk like I'm from that shit. So it's like, this is really sad. So let's look at it. And it seems harmless, right? But it's not.
Captain Do-Rag, clean up that evil junk. If you're out there doing wrong and you hear this funky song, watch out for Do-Rag.
Hey, mama, I want to get some do-rags on. Let's get down with the get down. Ha, sucker. What the fuck?
He eats back out for lunch.
This is also a slap in the face to all of our like great actors and actresses who were like real thespians. But during that time, you know how they say you got to crawl before you walk. So a lot of our great black actors and actresses had to play like subservient roles or butlers and pimps and all kind of shit during the black exploitation era because they didn't have a choice. And now niggas is writing this shit. And look, I'm gonna blame Disney too, because why would you buy this shit? That's another thing too. So I can't totally put the blame on the people. Disney, why would you buy some shit like this? Why would you want to feed us this shit?
Flip it, dip it, whip it.
Because no group, no other race would even know who do-rag is.
I think I'm getting the hang of this.
Me too, AJ. I feel like a new rabbit. I usually only feel that way on my birthday, you know.
What?
Now just imagine you come home, all your babies sitting there with do-rags on. Daddy, do-rag man came on.
Dip it.
It's very pathetic. Yeah, and the music is black exploitation. Thanks for pointing that out, Greyhead. And they don't, and this is what Disney bought is really pathetic. Get some more people in that office or something. And I don't like, I want to say that, but then at the same time, I don't know. Man. Seems like we might be cooked, bro. It's really, really sad. It's really, really sad, guys. I'm not gonna be on here too long because I got a lot to do. But anyway, here's another thing I want to check out. This is a clip from Maya. And I'm gonna say this. I hope my wife don't get Maya is this is a gorgeous woman. I mean, my gosh. But Maya is talking about why she decided to never get married or have children. And Chad, y'all can chime in on this.
Wondering how a woman as stunning as you are, that is the object of so many men's desire, and you probably have the pick of the litter, which is another thing that they assume. Wow. Yeah, girl, I know.
It's not even my focus, and it never has been. My mother's an independent thinker. I've witnessed a divorce, between my parents. I've witnessed all kinds of things. My father is a very attractive man. I've witnessed a lot of things. And it's also not been a safe place in my mind as a little girl. So I've always thought a little different. The white wedding dress, I was very fearful of those things. So I looked elsewhere and probably escaped too much in my work and keep going. But also, I think being independent has forced me to show up for myself and obviously family, friends, and this operation, because I have a mission and I have a vision, but it requires me to be gone. And so that's also very, very much fear-filled, knowing that if I have to be gone 95% of the time and my work calls for me to travel, that must be intimidating. And I also can't show up properly for my significant other. But I'm also now spiritually aligned so much where I know that I'm surrounded by love everywhere I go, right? I'm not seeking. And I know that it will be granted to me in divine time. And I'm not worried about it because my life is full of love. And it comes in so many different forms, not just one person. So I've had to recalibrate my brain and not, I think, govern my life off of this fantasy or illusion that we've all been indoctrinated by or taught by. But when you have a vision as well, and you're fighting for empowerment, and especially for your women coming up, if you plan to be a label and sign young girls, et cetera, and be their protector, it requires you to show up differently and also think differently. So it hasn't been a focal point for me. And this is what it looks like. I'm very happy with it.
Well, she does look very relaxed. She looks amazing. She looks really, really moisturized. And, if that's how she feels, I respect it. Only thing I would say in this particular instance, just stand or just say you just don't want to get married. The excuse of you not being able to be with the kids or you being that busy. And I'm saying that's an excuse because hey, Beyonce got what, 3 kids now? And I'm not saying Maya's not busy, but is she really as busy as Beyonce? I hate to be like that. But if you don't want them, that's cool. She looks amazing. She's in love with herself, and that's dope. And I mean, Jesus Christ. Uh, if she is gonna be the model for not wanting children, that she gonna shut us down because women look at her like, yes, I don't want kids either. You know what I mean? But yeah, she has an age. She looks amazing, and that's what's up, man. But hopefully we get more family focus as the world goes on. I really don't know, but it's to each his own in regards to that. But by far, gorgeous woman. She reminds me of Lenny Kravitz. She did 7 years of celibacy. He did 9. Both of them live that plant based lifestyle. Yeah, man. Shit, I need to get on them plants. Shit. She looks amazing. How old is Maya? How old? Anybody know how old Maya is? Do y'all know how old she is? Let me see. How old is Maya? Man, Maya 46, bro. Gorgeous woman. Jesus Christ. Beautiful. She's British, Sri Lankan. Sri Lankan. Huh. She is Sri Lankan, but was born and raised in England. Amazing. Yeah, beautiful. Boy, man. Yeah. I know she done broke a couple of hearts. I can tell you that shit right now. She shit. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But amazing. Very interesting topic though. 'Cause I know, listen, I know it could be rough for women. I ain't gonna sit here and try to sample no shit like that. But at the same time, women have to understand, man, y'all are like everything. Like when it comes to y'all are like y'all bring life here, man. Y'all bring life. Y'all really hold the earth down. And I would just say it would be sad for a lot of women to not want families and children. That would be a sad thing because then like humanity and civilization would literally disappear. And I would say the same thing to men. Get you a woman, be kind to her, treat her right, bro. I think that's one big thing that we have to learn as couples and people. I think like a lot of times as a man, we like in our most in our most bottom line basis, it's hard to understand us sometimes for a woman to, for a brain to, because the way we think. You know what I mean? Like the way a man think, a man, look at other women. That don't mean he in love with the woman. He could lay down with a woman and just leave and not have any type of connection to her. But then at the same time, that's very, very disrespectful to the partner. So, I think it's about, mutual respect and loving and honoring the other side. And that has to be a two-way street. You know what I mean? Like, it can't just be one sided where you're a Neanderthal because we really need to bring back family, especially now as we go into a more technologically advanced society where people are more lonely now than any other time in the history of life. Like people are very, very lonely. Everybody just hustling. You in your little apartment, and people don't really have a way to connect, especially in America, and our birth rates are beginning to drop. Now, I had even talked about the birth rate decline, and people saying, "Oh, that's just white people." That is not true. This is damn near across the board. Now, I think the Latina community is doing good, but a lot of us, man, we are not. How many beautiful sisters have you seen like Maya, single with no children? You know what I mean? Over the age of 40. Like it is a lot of Mayas, man, unfortunately. You know? So yeah, it's kind of crazy. Even a lot of the homies, man, single, no children. I know some very successful men, single, no children. So it's like literally just across the board. And I think it's just gonna ramp up. I think population to get lower and lower to the point where like we looking like Japan. So that's crazy. That is crazy, y'all. But anyway, make sure y'all get them tickets. Pull up on me, man. I'll be in Indianapolis, Indiana at the Helium in the upstairs room. Y'all get them tickets and pull up on me, man. Pull up on me, come see me. I want to show y'all this too. And this is gonna be for men. And this is why. Let me show y'all something, man. This is why it's important.
Well, you don't understand what's going on.
This is why it's important to find you somebody. It ain't too late for you, bro. You 36. If it's a nice lady out there, holler at Mr. Urban World. And that's real talk. Like it could become a problem. But we have to, use discernment. But I'm there's some good women out there, man. I hope you find that right person, bro. But this was very interesting to me. And this can happen to us, man, especially men. You got to be careful. So this man is 48 years old and he has dementia. Okay. So his wife has to be very, very calm with him. He has what's called sundown episodes where he forgets who's around him or where he's at. And at this ripe age, this is where a lot of brothers out here, and it's hard. It's hard. I'm going to say this. We need each other. I know women got these ridiculous standards and some men do too as well, but we need each other. But this was a beautiful thing. And this brought tears to my eyes when I watched it earlier. So let's check this out.
What you're going through is called sundowning. It's where you go through this phase where you don't understand anything. You get in a very confused state where you don't understand what's going on, where you're at, or who's around you. I'm your wife. Those are your kids. And you're at home. Okay?
Okay.
You had a heart attack, baby, and you lost oxygen to the brain. When you lost oxygen to the brain, it made you lose your memory of 24 years, okay? So sometimes you remember me, sometimes you don't. You having a moment, okay? You're gonna be all right.
Your name?
My name is LaShonda.
Do y'all see how beautiful that is? Do you see how gently she loves her husband and she's taking care of him? Now, could you imagine and praise God that this man was just not out dating hoes and just random TikTok bitches or whatever, IG models, because he would have been cooked, man. Cooked.
Okay. And the reason you got with me is I don't still work at UPS. You know that, right?
Yeah, you're off right now because you have a disability.
Whatever that is, I don't know.
Right.
Like I say, this is the first time I'm eating anything. I've been here all day. Nobody said nothing, so.
Right, baby. I say something every day, all day.
Well, this is the first time I'm waking up on somebody at somebody else's house. Or as I know, I mean, maybe at first I was thinking, I don't know.
No, you just lost your memory. And then your short term overlap your long term. So sometimes you don't remember what happened a few minutes. Sometimes it's all day.
So what year
Sometimes
this is?
it's 2026.
So I'm 48.
Yep.
Next time I want to tell somebody y'all, I don't know what's going on. I'm just chilling. I see I'm in my old house where I used to stay, so or it looked like it, so I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Right. Well, I'm here. I'm your wife and I love you. And I'm going to take care of you and make sure that you're cared for. Okay?
Mm.
All right? And any question you have or anything you want to know, I'm here to answer. All right? We have pictures, we have memories that I can show you to kind of help. You can ask me anything from a time frame. I don't mind.
Oh, this is so sad. And oh Lord, my prayers go out to this brother, man. Even watching this a second time, my eyes well up. And I'm saying this to say that we all need each other, man. We really do. And I'm gonna go on both sides of the aisle. As a man, we chase materialistic shit, shallow shit holes. There's no amount of materialism or holes that could replace what we just witnessed. And as women who have unrealistic expectations and you want to go to Dubai and do all this shit, there's nothing that could replace what you're seeing. Find you somebody, man, that love you for real. Cause we walking around, a lot of us walking around like you just immortal. Like you won't get hit with a sickness and shit. Now you sick and it ain't nobody there. And I don't wish that on nobody, man. So shout out to this young lady. My blessing, my prayers go out to them. And what a lucky guy. What a lucky man to have a good wife like that. Oh, y'all getting me emotional this morning, man. That's very, very deep. What a lucky guy, man. Lord have mercy. I mean, just people, you know what I mean? Like if he's in that situation and he's just out in the world alone, bro, you got people taking advantage of it. And I know, we got the homies, sometimes, but the homie just can't give you that type of nurturing that a woman can that loves you. You know what I mean? So, oh, y'all got me getting soft. Y'all got me being soft right now. I ain't trying to be vulnerable. Can't afford to be vulnerable in these cold streets. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's just take a memory. And once again, this, of course, I dedicated this show to the good Reverend Jesse Jackson. But here's him. Here's Jesse on Sesame Street, which is a show we desperately need back. Sesame Street and the Care Bears need to come back. Not Do-Rag Man. You notice that on Sesame Street there were just characters. You had Count Dracula, you had Oscar the Grouch, you had the Cookie Monster, Big Bird, Snuffleupagus, Ernie and Bert. And these characters, They no stereotypes. They could be whoever you wanted them to be. But let me see.
Ready on the stump? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. I am somebody. I am somebody. I may be poor. But I am somebody. I may be young. But I am somebody. I may be on welfare. But I am somebody. I may be small. But I am somebody. I may make a mistake. But I am somebody. My clothes are different. My face is different. My hair is different. But I am somebody. I am black, brown, white. I speak a different language. But I must be respected, protected, never rejected. I am God's child. I am somebody. Give yourself a big hand.
Isn't that beautiful? That was just so beautiful. You got all races of children, all sizes, shapes, colors. And especially back then, this was a time when bullying was a real thing. You know what I mean? You got 70s, 80s, shit, it was big bullies out there. You know, you had to get that lunch money or whatever you had to do, right? But this was very encouraging. This helped self-esteem and mental health. And you look at somebody, you say, I am somebody. I am somebody. I am somebody. I am. Look to your neighbor and say, I am somebody. Jesse Jackson, thank you, brother. Thank you for helping us to believe in ourselves, man. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful, man? Well, guys, I'm going to just wrap this up. I guess we can leave it right there, man. Listen, love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all chat. Listen, man, y'all pull up on me, man. I'm going to be in Indiana, Indianapolis this weekend at the Helium upstairs room. Also, if you're in the Ohio area, specifically Columbus, I'll be in Miamisburg, Ohio, March 7th at Bricky's Comedy Club. March 8th, I will be at the Attic in Columbus, Ohio. And March 15th, I will be at the New York City Winery in the Loft. So pull up on me, go to LeVarWalker.me. You can get all them tickets, man. Love y'all, man. And I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Holla back.